2025 has been a cracker of a year and it's nearly now done and dusted. We're in late December and it's time to sit back, celebrate, but also reflect back on those 10 games that truly stood out for me in 2025. Now, before I talk about number 10, let's talk about the two games that just missed out. And the first one I want to talk about is 12 Rivers. Now, this is a beautiful tactile experience. We get this mystical lake and these rivers flowing into the lake and these colorful pearls coming down. It's such a gorgeous looking game. It's all the rage at the moment and I've played it. I love it. The problem is I haven't reviewed it yet. And because I haven't reviewed it, it can't feature in this top 10. But trust me, if I'd reviewed it earlier, it would be in this top 10. The other one, Stack of Cats. Seriously, love this. This is just a dexterity stacking game where you're putting cats on top of cats, on top of cats, on top of cats, scoring them. So much fun. The review is actually uploaded on the computer. I just got to press send and you're going to see this wonderful game. So these two games just missed out. But what were the actual top 10 games from 2025? At number 10, this is everything that I love about modern board gaming, and that is Pergola. Now, Pergola is lightweight. It's such a simple game, but because of the beautiful components, you're going to be introducing so many new people to modern board gaming, and that's why I love these games. Now, in Pergola, you're going to be playing as a gardener, and you're going to be picking out these tools, and these tools will give you different things like insects, like you can have ladybugs, butterflies, bees, and you're going to be putting out little flowers. It's going to make this most beautiful garden. And again, it's another tactile experience where you're actually creating garden. It's not just cards, it's not dice, it's not old school mechanics. It's a simple game with new, beautiful art, beautiful components. It's just everything that a new player will want when they're getting into board gaming. Now, I'm always talking about vibes in games, and when I talk about the vibes, I'm talking about that initial feeling. What is that feeling when you learn the rules for the first time, you put it on the table, you set it up, you sit down and you play it. Now, no other game has given me more of a euphoric vibe straight up than number 9, Ichor. Ichor is a Reiner Knizia strategy head-to-head dueling game where it's going to be chess-like. It's going to be Greek mythology, gods versus monsters, and each one of your gods and monsters has an asymmetric power. Now, this is going to be a one-time power that's going to be absolutely breaking the game, but when is the right time to use it? Now, this is chess-like, so as I'm moving the pieces out, I'm going to be leaving a trail of tokens behind, and the end goal is to get rid of all of your tokens. But as you're doing that, the other player is going to be moving their players around, and they're going to be sucking up your tokens as well, so it's going to be this back and forth swingy battle. This game is amazing. This game replaces chess, no doubt about it for me. I absolutely love this game, and I will scream this one through the roof. Ichor, it is amazing. At number 8, and we have the little trick-taking game, Farmhand. Now, I talk about vibes, but I also want to talk about experiences. Now, I remember 35, 40 odd years ago playing board games with my family. Now, I still remember that. Playing Hero Quest, Monopoly, Scrabble, Yahtzee, I loved all those games. And the fact that I still remember those moments all these years later, that's what I want for my kids. I want them to remember our family board game nights. I want them to remember the laughs and the fun that we have. And this is one of our favorite family games right now, and it's Farmhand. So what is Farmhand? Why is it so easy? And why can even the youngest child play it? Well, because it's simple, but there's a lot of little nuances to it which make it special. So we have here 4 suits, just like a lot of other trick-taking games. And we have numbers on the suits, and like other trick-taking games, you're going to follow suit. And this one, you're going to win if you have the highest number. But it can be any suit. As long as you have the highest number, you win. But here's the other catch. If you have 2 people with the highest number, they cancel each other out, and it's the next number down. So that's a nice little nuance. But the best little catch is, when you get your cards, you're going to see on the back here, you're going to be able to tell what color card I have. So that's very different. And you're going to be able to see some numbers here. We've got here 1, 4, and 7. So you're going to know in the yellow suit that there's only numbers 1, 4, and 7. Now, the fact is, I've got a 1 here. So if I can see someone else with a yellow around the table, I know they're going to win that suit because they're going to have either the 4 or the 7. And the last catch is your job. How do you win the game? Well, you're trying to guess how many tricks you're going to win that round. And in each round, it's ramping up. First round, you get 1 card. Second round, you get 2 cards. All the way up to round 6, we got 6 cards. It's really hard to guess the right amount of tricks. And if you get it wrong, you're getting negative points. And that's the fun of Farmhand. Number 7, and we have the follow-up to that spatial brain-burning game, Calico. We have Knitting Circle. Now, Knitting Circle is going to take that down a notch. It's a little bit lighter weight, a little bit easier going, a little bit less brain burning, but you're still going to get all of those calico vibes. Now, in this game, we're going to be grabbing yarn from this central basket, and we're going to be putting those yarns into different garments like mittens and long johns, and we're going to be trying to match those different patterns and those different colors to get the most amount of points. And also, we're going to have buttons, we're going to have a lot of the same calico feels, but in just a bit of an easy going more game. Now, the other thing I like is the little grabby paws. Grabby paws can go in and get whatever one you want out of there. I love that. So many great little things. And again, it just makes it just a little bit more easy going. Now, what I love the most is I talk about experiences. Now I'm talking about experiences with my partner. My partner backed this on Kickstarter. I didn't back it. I didn't buy it, but she backed it because she loved the theme. She loved Calico, and it just works for us. So when we want to have a little date night together, how about bringing out Knitting Circle? It's the perfect game for us. Merry and Pippin have been captured by the orcs, and Frodo is carrying that one ring to Mount Doom in the Lord of the Rings, the Two Towers trick-taking game. Now, this is one of my most recent reviews, and it's amazing. This is a really great trick-taking game where it's going to be taking on the story, the thematic story, and it's going to be a continuation of the Fellowship of the Ring, which is up there somewhere. So what we have here is we are now playing as different characters, and those different characters are going to have their own win conditions. And it's a cooperative game, so every character needs to get their win condition to be able to move on to the next chapter. There's like 16, 18 odd chapters in there. It's a great little story, but the fact is, it's trick-taking again with twists, and I'm loving trick-taking lately. There's just such a great way, just an easy mechanic, and it's now something that, because we know the basics of it, every one of these games just adds more and more onto it. Now, in this one, we've got the white and black towers, which is going to be their own sort of trump suits there. We've got the orc cards. Now, the orc cards come into your hand. You've got to play them out. They're not worth, you can't win any tricks with them, but you also don't want to be stuck with them at the end, because if you are, you're going to lose together. Remember, if one person loses, the whole team loses. Cooperative game. But again, trick-taking with theme, with a story, and that continuation, that ramp up each and every episode gets harder and harder, and you're going to fail so many times. And that's what the beautiful thing about this game is. Just a great trick-taking game. Lord of the Rings, the Two Towers, trick-taking game. And number 5, we have Critter Kitchen, which is charming yet still strategic, where you're running an animal-based kitchen. Now, it's stressful. You've got these animal chefs, and you're going to be setting them out to get ingredients, to bring them back, to make meals, to earn points. And at the end, you've got this food critic who's going to be really fussy, and you've got to try and balance all of this at the same time. Now, here's where the fun in this game is. It's that action competition when you're sending out your chefs. Now, you have 3 chefs. You have the mouse, who's super fast and go out and grab 1 ingredient, but can do it super quickly. Then you have the lizard that can go out and get 2 ingredients, but it's about mid-paced. And you have the slow boar, but the boar can bring back 3 ingredients. Now, here's where the competition comes into play. We've only got so many ingredients out there, and we're all fighting over it. So do you send your mouse just to make sure you get 1 ingredient, or do you send your boar in the hope that no one else goes there and you're going to get a whole bunch of ingredients coming back? Now, the other thing is these ingredients have different values. So some ingredients are going to be just worth more than others. It's brilliant, it's beautiful, and it looks stunning on the table. This is one of my favorite Euro games of 2025, and that's Critter Kitchen. Now, there's a reason why every one of these games is in this list. There's some sort of moment in time, some sort of reflection, something that I look back in 2025 and go, yeah, that was pretty special. And for this game, it was its solo mode. Now, Energy Empire. Now, this game is just near on perfection. I don't think I've played a game for such a long time where there's not a single rule I would have changed. And this game's been around for a long time, and this is the latest reprint, hence why it's a 2025 game now. And for some people, maybe they don't like the artwork direction or the change, but for me, I loved it. Now, I'd heard about this game. A lot of people had talked highly about it, and for so long, I never got the chance to play it. When this game came out, I sat down and I was blown away. Now, you're balancing things like industry and commerce. It's the Cold War. Lots going on. You've got the UN to worry about. You've got the climate you're also worrying about. There's dice rolling. There's everything in a Euro game that I love. But the fact is, this version comes with the Clash of Nations solo mode, which is brilliant. It also has other Cold War expansions in there. It has a Doomsday Clock. Has so many extra things that the original doesn't have, or you have to get the expansions or whatever. This all just comes with it, and I love it. It's been such a long time since I sat down, played a solo mode, and was smiling from ear to ear, from start to finish. Whatever long it took, it didn't matter. It felt like it was just a moment. And I loved me some Energy Empire, but especially that Clash of Nations solo mode. Do you know what I hate the most? It's game franchises that are just sellouts. You have something that's a smash hit, and all of a sudden, of course, you want to make more money. So you just keep creating new versions, slight tweaks here and there, but you keep shoving it down our throat. Now, that's how I felt with Azul. I love the original Azul. I then got Summer Pavilion because I was hyped. I'm like, this is brilliant, this is even better. And then they just kept coming and coming and coming, and I lost interest in Azul. So when Azul Duel came out, I wasn't that interested. I was actually bored with the franchise. I'm like, okay, let's play another Azul. But then I sat down. This is a 2-player version. I sat down with my partner. I was like, holy crap. Azul's great again. It's brilliant. This is the best version of Azul. I love it. Now, when I look back at the original, I'm like, well, do I really ever want to play the original again? Because I would always rather play Duel. This is brilliant. So the things that are different in here, you have these dome tiles, and the same sort of thing where you're collecting the different color tokens, and then you're going to be putting them on, eventually filling a row, and then moving them over to collect points. And the thing that we're moving them over to are these dome tiles, and we're trying to fill up these dome tiles. But now they're in these little quadrants here. And if you fill all 3 of them there, this last one here is a multicolor. You can put any color tile on there. So that's nice. This one here, you fill the 3 colors, and then you got a white tile, which are these just random white tiles that you can put on again to help you fill out the tile. Again, different scoring ways of scoring there. I'm getting so tongue-tied because I'm so excited about this game. And then when you're collecting tiles, you now have a sun and a moon, and the moon's different. You can actually stack and change the order of those extra tiles. I'm probably doing a terrible explanation of this. I just want you to know that this was my biggest surprise of 2025. Build a village in an enchanting marshland and recruit a diverse cast of characters and creatures to live in your village. Explore those watery caves and sinkholes and live this story through this beautiful storybook in Above and Below Haunted. Now, this was my most anticipated game of 2025. I love the original. The original was brilliant, and I just didn't own it. So when I saw this on Kickstarter, I'm like, hell yeah, shut up, Ryan Lockett, take my money. And that's what I did. I backed on Kickstarter, and I love everything about it. The ghosts. Ghosts are just a nice little touch, but the highlight of this is it's that original Above and Below. It's that going through that story. You are creating that village, and you are exploring all these areas, and the narrative in this. Now, it's just a 90-minute Euro. It's perfect. But what you're doing is, on top of just playing a standard game, is you are listening to those stories and you feel like you're a part of it. And that for me is something special. It makes me immersed in that theme, and I'm immersed in this world. Now, if you've never played Above and Below, there's also Near and Far, Now or Never. The world of Arzium is just beautiful. I love it. I love everything about it. I was actually that much of a fan. I sent off like this random letter to Ryan Lockett, like some sort of email thing, just saying how much I love his work, and never heard back from him. Not even angry. Kind of sad, Ryan. Would be nice to hear back from you because I adore you. Like, you are literally my favorite designer, and that's how much of a fanboy I am. Now, that just seems really weird, and now I feel like I'm a stalker. But anyway, Above and Below Haunted, my number 2 board game of 2025. As an aspiring alchemist, your goal is to earn the recognition from your guild as a master of your craft. Spend your days browsing the shops to acquire those rare flora and fungi. Forge those collaborations and rivalries with your fellow alchemists, and visit those runoliths to gain your enchantments. By night, tend to your enchanted terrarium. Cultivate ingredients with unique properties, and these will define those potions that you brew. Freaking hell yes, Mercurial Alchemia, my number 1 game of 2025. Now, this blew me away. Now, there's a reason this wasn't in my top 50 this year, because it's not released yet. And to be honest, maybe it shouldn't even be in this video just yet. But Trust me, I love this game. It says 2025 on BGG, so I'm going with Mercurial Alchemia, allowed to be in this video, my #1 game of 2025, and I was blown away. Blown away from the solo, blown away from the multiplayer. It's a standard 90-minute to 2-hour Euro where it's a deck builder. You're going to be collecting these ingredients and you're going to be building the best potions in town. But you've got this track here, this elemental track where you're going to be going left and right, inviting for different elements. It's so cool. Look, just go check out my solo playthrough and you will get an idea of how much I enjoy this game. It is a lot of fun. Look, I can't wait for this to be released out to the wider audience because I think a lot of people are going to be loving this game and I think it's going to be a lot of people's favorite list. Well, there we go. That is my top 10 games of 2025. All of those moments, all those key moments that stuck with me. And again, the solo mode in this was one of those moments that just stuck with me. I don't even know how many times I played it. It was intense. There was so many times I played it. And every single game I loved. So that's it. 2025, done and dusted. What the hell is going to happen in 2026? Who knows? That's all I've got. Look, if you enjoyed this video and if you love the work I put into it, feel free to give me a cheeky subscription. Otherwise, cool. I just hope you enjoyed it. That's all I've got. I'm Hose. This is Bangers Project. Till next time, laters.